What's up, YouTube? I'm Z, and this channel shows you the world through my lens. As I promised in my Dave video yesterday, I'm getting back to Fredo. In the last Fredo video that I dropped, I feel like a number of people mentioned, and there was a bunch of likes on a comment talking about biggest mistake. So I thought it would be a great way for me to kind of revive the Fredo content. That's what we're going to do today. And then what we're going to do next is up to you guys. You're going to comment down below and let me know what you want me to do after when it comes to Fredo. So that's what we got. If you guys could do me a quick favor, in my description down below, I have a link to my new channel. I'm trying to set up another channel where I do non-music reactions. I only have a couple videos on there so far, but I'm planning on trying to do one video a day on that channel. It's also going to act as a backup in case this channel gets too many copyright strikes. Then I'll use that channel to post videos until this situation gets sorted out. So yeah, if you guys could do me that favor, that would be awesome. But right now we are doing Fredo, biggest mistake. Here we go.
I still remember the first wetting. Filled up with hype and adrenaline. Gave you a little legging. Next time was a face shot. Progression.
Damn.
My youngin' got life. Stressing. Wondering if we'll forget him. Back then for 6 racks get him. Now times that by 10 just for reading. It ain't about the start, it's the ending. It ain't about your heart, it's the weapons. This music just came as a blessing. After all of the rain and the lessons. Promoters, they pay for my entrance. These people, they pay for a sentence. Rub the plug, never meant it. My biggest mistake, I left it. Grew up with my mom.
Okay, let me pull that back a little bit. According to Genius Lyrics, that is the chorus. I am a fan of songs where the chorus doesn't sound like a chorus. I don't want that all the time, but I think it's a nice break from the usual, like, the chorus is super catchy or it's being sung or whatever. So I am a fan of that. I mean, he went straight in. He's talking about his first wedding, so we know what he's talking about there. Wetting, 2 T's, not D's. You know, the hype, the adrenaline. Talks about little legging, then face shot progression. So very eerie conversation here, or storytelling here. You know, then we talk about how the status has just changed. 6 racks back then, now it's 10 times that for renting. So, you know, I do want to say I appreciate this line, kind of middle to end here. The music just came as a blessing after all of the rain and the lessons. So that was dope. Anyways, yeah, that's the chorus. I thought maybe we were just starting with the verse, but Genius says that's the chorus.
Lessons.
All right.
Promoters, they pay for my entrance. These people, they pay for a sentence. Rub the plug, never meant it. My biggest mistake, I left it. Grew up with my mom. Used to see my dad a bit. Till I started moving so down. He couldn't even manage it. I was 14 and I was missing like Madeline. Stealing phones, chipping in with my niggas for cannabis. I quit school for the banging strip. But let's go back a bit. Mom moved me out of London when I was like 10.
Listen.
But I was the same out there.
Listen, I appreciate this. I love storytelling stuff, and Fredo's in this storytelling bag here. So we're just going to follow along the story. I'm not going to, from this point forward, I'm not going to over pause because I don't want to take away from the story. I think it kills the flow unless there's like a crazy line or something. But let's listen to what's being said here. So let's keep going.
Mom moved me out of London when I was like 10. But I was the same out there, I was better again. So by 13 we was back in the ends. But bringing me back to that shitty estate was probably my mum's biggest mistake. But she never grew up or lived in this place. Met my dad here, thinks the city is great. Biggest mistake, this ain't no city your kids wanna play. I'm from where real young, you make killers as mates. It's maximum profit on minimum wage. Now I'm a star, they won't give me no.
That's a hard line, I gotta pause for that one. That's maximum profit on minimum wage. Ugh.
Young, you make killers as mates. It's maximum profit on minimum wage. Now I'm a star, they won't give me no space. Bad bitch with an innocent face. Why you broke? There's a million ways. Got my knife every day, cause I'm still in my ways. Yo, this rap weren't never the plan. I'm cool, but never a fan. Not having money don't make no one less of a man. But you need money to be the best that you can. If I go broke, I go rest in the can. Bumping.
That's hard. That's hard. Listen, when the world is run by money, we live in a capitalist world. It's a necessary evil. You know, he says, not having money don't make no one less of a man, but you need money to be the best that you can. Fire. And I just want to point out this line further back here where he says, got my knife every day because I'm still in my ways. And that's one of those things where, like, you could take me out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of me. That's one of those lines, right?
Man, but you need money to be the best that you can. If I go broke, I go rest in the can. Bump into ops and I'm repping the gang. Young little teenagers stepping for man. Them man ain't got no bodies, but reckon they're bad. Feds on my back, they think I'm the head of the gang. Couple G's on the road, got the rest of the bros in the can. Couple hundred in drug peas, put the rest of the peas in the bank. Kilos of petrol up in the bando, and the rest in my tank. Yo, we got it, there's no wrestling, man. Who's gonna wrestle with man? She said I'm out here fucking everybody. Who's gonna settle with that? Cooking tuna in my cell, used to use kettles for that. Since I ran up 500,000, pussy, I've never been back. We've been.
Before he gets into the second verse, I'm gonna be cautious of calling this a chorus. I almost feel like you have to call it something else, because I feel like choruses typically when you hear someone say chorus, it's something that's repeated, and that was not the same as the first one. I would almost say this is like a refrain or something. Yeah, maybe that's a better way to say it. But definitely completely different stuff here. You know, he's given a little bit of drug references in the middle, and then just giving us like another, setting the scene of, like, you know, he's talking about when he was in prison or when he was in jail. Again, I don't really know his background. If there's a good way for me to learn his background, please let me know down in the comments. But cooking tuna in my cell, I used to use kettles for that. So that's like a dope kind of like setting the scene moment.
Since I ran up 500,000, pussy, I've never been back. We've been living away, fly to Crunch, give it away. Next thing you know, the phone's on the jib in a day. That's how I done it, it's really the way. I shot the glass from whipping the yay. Lost it, was my biggest mistake. Gave Delma some food, he went missing away. He must have fought up in the prison, he's sick. Biggest mistake.
Damn.
My niggas ran in his cell and slit in his face. This ain't rap, it's really the case. Revenge is so sweet, it's really the taste. Everyone knows me, the feeling is strange. Dark tint when I chill in the range. Bro got locked, years in the cage. Every day's the same, so I give him a change. Yo, I work so hard to be real. All them lies that they make.
Every day's the same, so I give him a change. And first of all, that whole line about he thought he'd be safe in prison, biggest mistake. Bro.
Cage, every day's the same, so I give him a change. Yo, I work so hard to be real. All them lies that they make ain't harming me still. Got a youth strapped up in the party to kill. He knows make his own way home if he's barking the still. My army is real. 20 years if he pleads, that's hardly a deal. Man, it's awkward now. I don't even know what we should talk about. You must be having weird dreams of walking out. You don't need. Listen,
I'm gonna pull this back for this. I'm gonna call it a refrain. But you know, that's the 20 years if he pleads, that's hardly a deal. Yeah, man, that's not like, you know, 20 years, that's pretty much your life.
Know what we should talk about. You must be having weird dreams of walking out. You don't need kebab shops for no quarter pound. Just phone little capo, he'll sort you out. My niggas ride, don't talk it out. Hang
kebab shops, quarter pounds, that could work as beef and kebabs, beef and quarter pounders, but quarter pounds, drug reference, just call Lil Capo, he'll sort you out.
Quarter pound, just phone nice. Little Capo, he'll sort you out. My niggas ride, don't talk it out. Hanger in a pot, fork it out. Used to have to stay at my shorty's house. Now my left wrist is a mortgage house.
Oh, I just realized I was probably looking at that line as like an American. So I think like quarter pound of beef, but pound is the, I always mess this up. Not always, but it just didn't come to me. Pound is the currency. So I wonder, it might just be something completely different. Anyways, you guys let me know.
Fork it out. Used to have to stay at my shorty's house. Now my left wrist is a mortgage house.
Damn.
You know what's funny as well? What? Before I met Santander, I met his brother in jail. I never knew and his brother didn't tell. Who would have thought me and his brother would sell? #1 in the charts. I used to be #1 in the dark, doubting myself.
That is hard too. If he's kind of telling some back stuff here that he met Dave's brother, and Dave's brother didn't tell him that he was Dave's brother. You know, and then this kind of flip of drug and music. So he said, who would have thought me and his brother would sell? So the inference is like drugs, but number one in the charts, that's music. Dope. And then he says, I used to be number one in the dark.
Number one in the charts. I used to be number one in the dark. Doubting myself was my biggest mistake. Trusting someone was also my biggest mistake. We started as dogs, but we finished as snake. Can't run round there to sliver away. I'm into money, ain't into debates. With my knife on reviews, watch niggas deflate. The quicker I leave, the bigger the chase. So girl, don't play, give a nigga your face. I paid my lawyer, I'm winning the case. Feds took 50.
Bro, hold on. I don't want to pause this, but that whole sequence was so hard. The started as dogs, but we finished as snake. Can't run around there to slither away. That was hard. But this next part, I'm into money, I ain't into debates, with my knife on, and then something's blurred out, I'm not sure. Watch people deflate. And that's such a, like, you know, seems like just like a straightforward line, but he's at the, like, when he says deflate, you know, we know what he's talking about. But the other way that can work, when you tell somebody that they're full of air, they're full of hot air, they're not really what they say they are. They're made up of stories. They're fake. They're not really about it. And at the first verse, I believe, let me see. I think it was at the first verse. Yeah. Young little teenager stepping for man. That man ain't got no bodies, but reckon they're bad. And you know, he's talking about like keeping up this persona that's not real, being something that you're not. So that deflate line for me, because I'm remembering back to that line, hits really, really hard. That was dope.
So girl, don't play, give a nigga your face. Just watch niggas deflate. The quicker I leave, the bigger the chase. So girl, don't play, give a nigga your face. I paid my lawyer, I'm winning the case. Feds took 50, still had a grin on my face. Perks, I got chips in the safe. Think I'm out with all the shit that I made, give a nigga a break. Every dog has his day, but it isn't today. Free my dogs, I still locked in the cage. Reminiscing on their biggest mistake. I still remember the first wetting. Filled up with hype and adrenaline. Gave the youth a little legging. Next time was a face shot. Progression. My young'un got life. Stressing. Wondering if we'll forget him. Back then for 6 racks, get him. Now times that by 10 just for redding. It ain't about the start, it's the ending. It ain't about your heart, it's...
Genius says renting, but I can't hear him properly. It doesn't sound like renting. I don't know.
Times that by 10 just for redding. It ain't about the start, it's the ending. It ain't about your heart, it's the weapons. This music just came as a blessing. After all of the rain and the lessons. Promoters, they pay for my entrance. These people, they pay for a sentence. Rub the plug, never meant it. My biggest mistake, I left it.
Can money buy happiness? No, money can't buy happiness. But it can contribute towards getting happiness. I mean, you can't go into the shop and purchase a bar of happiness. It just doesn't work like that. There's not like a single thing that you can identify as happiness and say you're gonna have a money and get that. There's so much more.
Man, that was fire. Shout out to the people who recommended that. I really enjoyed checking that out. Let me know what to do next, as I mentioned earlier, and I'll hop on it. So if you guys are still here, I appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.